Phoenix, very excited for this. A little bit of background.
You start this game up, and immediately I'm just infatuated with it. Pretty soon you won't be listening to music. You'll be listening to who you were.
Every time I can play that, I want to play it for you. It makes me so happy.
So much worse than Camp Crinkle. It's so much worse.
No, it gets worse.
And that, I just got chills saying it.
I just got chills saying that.
Arch, have you followed what's going on with the mixtape? Have you seen this game? Have you played this game?
No, my chat threatened to try and make me play it, but the thing is, like, I don't. It seems to have so much astroturfed attention that even as a joke, people aren't actually interested in seeing it.
It's funny you mention that because Mixtape's reviews, bangers right here. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Man, the reviewers love this game. They love this game. I saw a video where somebody went through and they tried to play the game. They wanted to see the minimum amount of button presses you could use to beat Mixtape. It was awesome. How many button presses, the minimum amount of button presses would it take to beat Mixtape?
I bet it's like one just to hit start.
It's not one.
I'll say 30.
30? Okay, you're shooting low. Arch, any guesses?
So start screen, select, levels 3, 4, 5. Dialogue, maybe?
Yeah, if there's dialogue choices, that's where it could go up. Maybe like 130.
I'm going to say 10.
Yeah. I'll place it at 100.
Well, you can beat the entire 2.5 hour game with 150 inputs.
Wow.
With your controller.
That's mostly that's mostly dialogue choices is my guess, and then maybe walking from point A to point B to the next thing.
Yes. I think you're 100% right when it comes to that. You don't have to do like fireworks set-offs and things like that. You don't have to do the scene where they're in the car and doing all that, right? It's going to happen regardless. Now, we've seen this where you've seen these reviewers, the Access Media, who are like, you guys just don't get Mixtape. And I saw this the other day. I was like, correct. Apparently, nobody got Mixtape at all right here. This kind of popped off, which was funny, which it's even worse now. I just checked it.
Yeah, because I would argue that most of the 40% of that is for the memes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. It's YouTubers, streamers playing it. Now, bringing it back to the original video here, Phoenix. That was Kind of Funny Games. Tim Geddes from Kind of Funny Games. Greg Miller from Kind of Funny Games. Yeah, I know. Well, Andy Cortez. Once again, I know Andy. I've always liked Andy. He's been a nice guy, right? He loves this game. Says, I had to lie and act like I only played the demo, but I actually played all the Mixtape, and it's so deserving of these scores. Effortlessly cool and insanely confident in what it sets out to do. This is a genre-less experience. Buy it. Support art over here, which almost feels right on line with the original video there.
Yeah, buy it, support art. Okay, just stop yourself there. Come on.
This review of Kind of Funny's review has caught the ire of a lot of folks online, just the sheer love that they have. And Andy Cortez, same guy, was out tweeting about his interactions with some Asmongold fans over here. He said, some Asmongold fans came into our YouTube chat because we like Mixtape. I promise you, we don't care that you hate our content, lol. If someone says Kind of Funny sucks, also, I watch a racist, rotting subhuman that's ugly as fuck talk for hours a day. Dude, good. Stay away from us, please, over here. Which, by the way, he limited the responses to this, except he tagged Asmongold, which really kind of defeats the entire purpose, to which Asmongold says, if you tag me in this post, it lets me reply, by the way. I know when you make a post with limited replies, the intent is to create a safe space where no one can be mean to you. So I thought you should know. If you need more Twitter or YouTube advice, feel free to ask over here. Which promptly ratioed the hell out of Andy.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. And Andy decided to chime in, says, you replying isn't the problem. It's your fans that shout every racist to homophobic slur in the book. You allow them to exist in your community because your racist ass loves them being there. They're the backbone of your career, and I'm just avoiding them whenever I can right here. Yeah. So little back and forth.
They are a bowel movement of people, aren't they? They're just a bowel movement.
I know them. They're not
That's a shame.
bad guys.
Yes,
I know. Listen.
Yes, they are.
I know.
They're
They've
dirty,
never been-
commie bowel movements. Nothing comes out of their mouth except wet shit. They can't help themselves but constantly scream the same thing. Like they're not even growing as humans. It's the same two words. Racist and homophobic. Like it's these scary things to them.
Well, the thing about Andy in particular is he's never struck me as the guy who would scream those things. Right.
Yeah, here he is.
There he is. Right. And you wonder, like, once again, something happened. Something happened to these folks to where they are just broken. They got broken by something along the lines. I don't know what that is, but I
can't understand it because everyone here, I think we can all agree, true racism, none of us like that. We don't like that. If you were to see someone be very racist to another person and really putting them down and stuff like that with real mean intention, no joke to be found here, no irony, no nothing, we would find that disgusting. And we would go like, man, dude, ease up, go somewhere else. We would all feel that way. Now that you can feel that feeling for a second, do you make it a part of your personality that now you're on the hunt for anyone that's ever said any word that may or may not be interpreted as rape? Like it's their whole identity. Every single thing now, they just hunt that down. So I can't understand them at all. We all agree racism bad. We all agree that just picking on gay people for absolutely no reason, just for simply being gay, is wrong, or I'll speak for myself, it's wrong. But I don't make it my entire identity and then affect my I'm bringing it into my business, I'm bringing it into my culture, I'm preaching it to my fans, I'm echoing it onto social media. It's so weird to me. I'm sorry it was a little bit of a tangent, but they just drive me crazy.
No, that's very fair. And you're right. Look, it has become their identity or his identity. And they went out of their way to say, hey, we're going to vote. You know, if you don't vote this certain way, we don't want you in our community. Right. And I don't think, that's not very accepting and loving, when it comes to this stuff. It's very exclusionary. And I pointed that out previously as well with previous brands that I've worked with, the people who are extremely loving, and we've all seen it. It's been this way for a while now. The most welcoming communities are the ones that are also the most exclusionary, right? They're so welcoming over here. So, anyways, the back and forth is very funny to see when it comes to these things. And this person pointed out over here when it came to Greg, and like I said, I have no beef with Greg. Do I think he's do I think that he's become what he meant to step away from? Right, Greg Miller. Yes, I think that Greg left IGN to form a new product. I think he has since become IGN. Yeah,
he's also a narcissist.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes, I think pretty much everybody at Kind of Funny is a narcissist, right? This person says, showed a shred of integrity and broke away from IGN, formed Kind of Funny corporate games to gain creative freedom from legacy media. Hired a bunch of activists and forced their white host and audience through the daily struggle sessions from their inherent racism. This is true, by the way. This is true. Become IGN by another name. Spent the last 10 years turning into another soulless corporate legacy media company that shills from Mixtape. Got publicly humiliated by a bunch of geriatric pussies for being a bunch of geriatric pussies by Asmongold. Responded by doubling down and proving that they really are geriatric pussies. What kind of So, anyways, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame to see kind of what they've become because they have become exactly what they wanted to not be.
Well, that's the group that let go of Colin because of a joke. It was a joke. It was a woman in the kitchen joke, if I remember right. It was a stupid joke.
Yeah, it was National Women's Day or something like that, and he said, yeah, it was a low hanging fruit joke, something that people would go like,
that's it,
and instead they would, you're fired.
Right.
Or it's time to leave, So yeah, the whole thing is pretty gross. I know that Kind of Funny was at one point a top performer over on Patreon. And I think since then Collins has skyrocketed past it. But it's always like drove me crazy that Kind of Funny was generating like $80,000 a month from their Patreon. And like, obviously our audience is bigger than theirs at this point. And it was like, man, they've done such a good, like their story initially of like, we're leaving IGN, we're out of here, right? It was such a good story, right? And we are grinding our ass off, doing our best to hopefully reach that point one day to where we can be called shills and assholes. Like, your mom said you should watch this video, and you don't want to disappoint mom, do you?